Josh, what happened?
I missed the beta climbers video.
Oh no.
I wasn't subscribed.
What?
I should have hit the bell.
You deserve it.
Hey guys, welcome back to YouTube's favorite underground climbing channel. If you're new here and you don't want to end up like that guy in the intro, hit that subscribe button. Basically what we're going to do here is I found the internet. I discovered it. If you're new here, the way this works is it's climbing fails. We're going to find some fails on the internet here and review them, and I'll try to put in as much information as I possibly could get off the top of my head at the moment of looking at it. There's always some special tidbits down in the comment section below where people see some extra stuff. Check that down below. Have you guys ever ridden in a Stoats basket before? Let me know down in the comments below. Let's get right into it. All right, we're starting here with the great indoors. What could possibly happen indoors? Okay, going nice, nice. Oh, close call. What happened there? Okay, serious question, guys. Wearing helmets indoors, is that something that should happen? Do you guys think that when you're leading inside that you should wear a helmet? I don't know. He seems like he's okay. What happened here? Why the close call? Well, we can see if we rewind back a bit, put him back up on the wall. I think one of the reasons he's flailing around, first of all, you see him as he falls here. It's almost like when you drop a cat. He tries to whip his body around like he's gonna try to land on his hands and knees. I think that was one of the biggest mistakes here is well, maybe not the biggest mistake, but just one of the reasons he's flailing around was probably because he's having this weird reaction and not really trusting his belayer, which he probably shouldn't because his belayer didn't do a very good job here. Communication is key when you're belaying and you're leading. So the climber needs to know at what limit he's at on those holds, if he's about to take a fall or not. The climber should say, watch me here. And that lets the climber know, the belayer know that the climber might be taking a fall at that moment. So that's a sign, hey, taking the slack, I might be getting ready to fall. And then once the climber is in a good feeling position where he could then grab the rope and you could feed him some slack, which he could then make the clip, that is much safer than guessing and then giving because I think what happened here is the belayer just had a bunch of slack out, anticipating that he was about to pull some rope up and make the clip. That's the wrong way to go about it. You should always get ready. The climber, as a belayer, you have to watch the climber. You have to know, okay, he looks like pretty unsteady. He might take a fall here. I better have the slack sucked in, okay? And then once he starts yelling slack at you, once you start saying, slack, slack, once he starts yelling slack, then it's time to give him some slack. Okay, I think that about covers it in this one. Wearing a helmet inside, I don't know, I've never seen it. Next clip. Oh, wow. Okay. All right, let's rewind that back and talk about what's going on here. Okay, if you're new to climbing, you may be asking yourself, why 2 ropes? Well, it looks like he's climbing something here that looks like it's pretty difficult to protect. It's also, I don't know, there looks like there's almost no more gear for the next 10 feet. So it's some pretty dicey leading here. The reason that there's 2 ropes, they sell these things called half ropes. And when you're using an ATC, do I have an ATC? When you're using an ATC like this here that has 2 holes in it, to the left and to the right, that's for rappelling, but it's also, you could belay with a half rope on this side and a half rope on that side. They're usually lighter and a bit more thinner. And the whole purpose of them is when you have a route like this that either zigzags and goes all over the place, you can't just have your rope going left and right and left and right, then you'd have the zigzag of your line. And then if that happened, you'd have so much rope drag you wouldn't even be able to climb. I'll probably have to do a test one day on rope drag just to show you how much a couple beaners going left and right could create. But what you do is you use 2 half ropes and you protect on one side with 1 rope and you protect on the other side with the other rope. And then you have 2 ropes that are going straight up, but you're not compromising and losing any protection. So this guy's, it might look weird that he's using 2 ropes, but he's actually doing something right there. Now, as he falls down, he's wearing his helmet. So good on him. This is actually, you know what? I consider this a climbing win. I consider this a climbing win. Besides, we'll talk about why he's upside down, but you know, he's wearing his helmet. It sounded like his helmet smacked up against the rock. And in the end, everybody starts laughing. So we do see some pieces pop out, and those pieces come down to the belayer. Why do they come down to the belayer? That's because those pieces were underneath his top pieces, and when these ropes get yanked into a straight vertical line to the top pieces, it has an outward pull, which is probably not the direction of pull he was anticipating. He was anticipating a downward force pull. So, you know, that's why those pieces popped out, because the rope pulled out instead of having a downward pull on it. That's why you see those pieces come down to the belayer. Besides that, let's rewind it just a little bit here, and we'll see why he flipped upside down. Okay, so he's coming down, doing the slow-mo here, and what you want to do, and if you're falling, if you can, is you want to try to jump out. What he does here is he gets his left foot caught up on that ledge, and that just takes him for a ride upside down. Luckily, and this is one of the reasons why I wear a helmet, his helmet hits and he's perfectly okay. You know you did something right if you could laugh it off at the end. Next clip. Next clip. That was a really bad clap. Next clip. Okay, this here is not what the ATC is meant for. He's belaying, it looks like he's belaying 2 people out of the ATC. Okay, can you imagine what would happen if both those people fell at the same time, or just one person fell? That person would go flying. And since you're using an ATC, if your hand goes off, you're gonna have a problem. Almost got into the second clip there. So yeah, this is a climbing fail. You don't want to be caught doing this, belaying somebody, 2 people at the same time through an ATC. You know, you don't want to do that. That's just wait your turn. You can't wait. Sit down, watch the other person climb, enjoy yourself. Eat some. That's why you bring snacks, okay? Next clip. Oh man, that was a sizable rock. All right. Biggest fail here. What are those? You can't belay in Crocs. Okay, forget about what he is wearing. What is he not wearing? A helmet. And a rock came flying down. Man, now the good thing is he's wearing a gree-gree. So even if that rock smacked his skull and he was unconscious, the rock climber, the climber at least isn't dead too. And that's one of the nice things. If you're using ATC and you let go like this guy is right here, trying to save yourself or whatever, that climber is coming raining down next. So that's one of the nice things about gree-grees. Wear your helmet. Rock fall is probably one of the most dangerous things in the sport of climbing. I think that's probably, I'd probably say the top maybe 1 or 2 injury causes in climbing is probably rock fall. So I mean, in the gunks, there's a lot of people there's a lot of hikers that just hike to the top, and it's possible some hiker just kicks a rock, or little Timmy thinks he could throw a rock and he doesn't know there's climbers down below or whatever. So that's another reason why, even if you're belaying, you should be wearing a helmet, because a rock could be coming down at any moment. They sell these glasses called belaying glasses, and they're basically mirrors in front of glasses, and I never use them. I wonder if it kind of obstructs your vision, because you always want to be aware of rock fall. I wonder if like you wouldn't know if a rock was coming or not. a climber should, if the climber knows rock fall is happening or he drops a piece of gear or anything, you're gonna hear a climber yell rock, and that's when that's your cue to jump out of the way, get the heck out of the way. Hopefully you're watching, you're not down there eating a snack while you're belaying or whatever, or laying down. And you know, a lot of people, they put their whole families down below. When I bring my family climbing, I try to keep them as far away from the cliff as possible, or not even come to where I'm climbing or whatever. It's one of the biggest hazards, is my point. All right, next clip. What the heck is this? Okay, so the guy is he's wearing his helmet. The guy's basically soloing, but he wants to up the ante and put his kid in danger as well. What the hell is going on here? I really have some questions that need to be answered in this clip. He doesn't have any kind of belay device, you know. A kid could belay you if the kid's belaying you off of an anchor, like off of a tree or something, and then you don't have to worry about pulling the kid up in the air or whatever. If the kid's competent enough, you know, you'd always want a kid this young, you definitely want somebody there watching what the kid's doing anyway. But this kid's tied into the end and standing on the rope. The guy falls, those rope loops are going around his foot and taking him for a ride. Super dangerous stuff here. Climbing fail to the T. That's probably the biggest climbing fail I've seen so far on this channel. Wow. He didn't even fall, and it's climbing fail. That's a whole new, takes things to a whole new high. And another fail is, why is nobody saying anything? One of the biggest, like, when accidents happen, people usually say, why didn't I say anything? Some people, they sometimes they look like jerks at the crag, and they pick on you or whatever, they yell at you, but usually they're just looking out for you. Don't be afraid to be the guy to yell at somebody and say, hey, you know, that looks kind of weird. There's ways to go about it, but you know, you should be able to speak up and speak your piece before. If something happened here, the kid get hurt, you're gonna feel like the jackass too, you know, so. You know, I gotta take that advice as well. I try to just keep my own business. Do whatever the heck you want to do, but you know, sometimes it's better just to speak up. Typically, you want the mats under you when you take a fall. So there's another reason why it's nice to have a spotter, and they can move the mats under you, keep them under you while you go about or whatever. No broken tailbone, walking it off, climbing fail, not an epic fail. We are done here. Well, take his advice. We're done here. I hope you guys enjoyed that episode. If I missed anything, of course, leave it down in the comments below. Pick up some merch. I'm always adding new stuff. Obviously, it takes a little while for me to add new stuff because I have to create it and then I have to buy it and make sure it's quality before I put it up there. But always check my merch store. There might be something you like in there. Great way to support me. Thank you guys for subscribing and liking my stuff. I keep trying to push the limits on everything and create good content. So I really appreciate you guys backing me up, you guys constantly send me videos like this. Hey, check this out, do this. So I'm trying to keep up. Only one guy, one band show here, but I appreciate all the support. I think that's about it. That's all I got to say. Hit that subscribe button. Josh Perry, climbing out of here. Later, guys.